Staying in the sun cause I wanna have fun. Staying in the sun cause I wanna have fun. Staying in the sun cause I wanna have fun. Staying in the sun cause I wanna have fun. We've been waiting so long, this is the best week. This is why you're strong even if your leg's weak. This is where adults never tell you dumb things. Like mop the floor, do your chores, keep the beds clean. Ropes course, climb as high as they can get you. Walk to archery, hit the target in the center. We go into the chapel to connect the Lord, then Band-Aid box, play connects. 4. When it come to grub, we got a lot of those. From the cookouts all the way to Domino's. Let's see, Frosties, Wendy's, taste good with the chocolate. You can call it Nestle, a Hershey's, yeah we raid with the hug. Every now and then we get to playing with the bugs, pushing out our fears while we taking it to love. We baking in the sun, but we staying just because. Staying in the sun cause I wanna have fun. Yeah. Staying in the sun cause I wanna have fun. Yeah. Staying in the sun cause I wanna have fun. Know what time it is. Staying in the sun cause I wanna have fun. Say what I say camp, y'all say it's good. Camp is good. Camp is good. When I say camp, y'all say it's good. Camp is good. Camp is good. Hey, when I say camp, y'all say Esperanza. Camp. Camp. When I say camp, y'all say Esperanza. Camp. Camp. When I say camp, y'all say Esperanza. Camp. Camp. When I say camp, y'all say Esperanza. Camp. Camp.
I hope you enjoyed the Code of Ethics Camp Esperanza movie. Go staff.
We had a great time making it. Go staff.
Should understand and embrace the mission of camp and Camp John Mark and willingly and knowingly accept the concept that the focus and goals of the camp are directed to the campers.
Basically, we're carrying on tradition. Rule number 1, to bring somebody to Camp John Mark.
Staff volunteers will never leave a camper unsupervised, so because then they might get into mischief. Shark in the lake. So.
3.
Staff volunteers will never be alone with campers or a camper, except when assisting with personal hygiene or toiletry. Specific sponsoring organizations, policies, or in an emergency.
So verbal or sexual abuse. And so in this picture we have a counselor with a paddle, having his weight with one of the kids.
Punching.
Female counselors antagonizing a young girl counselor, and this just has some verbs that we won't say. And here we have a gentleman recommending some inappropriate swimwear.
Confidence or respect personal information that they learn from campers subject to policies regarding abuse and neglect.
Staff or volunteers are required by Texas state laws to report any suspected abuse or neglect of a child to the camp director so that it may be reported, I presume that means the abuser director, not the director, may be reported to the authorities, meaning the Texas Department of Protective and Regulatory Services and local enforcement agencies. So we have a camper with a black eye who has been slapped, and we have one or another person who might be involved with our camp in his orange shirt and blue shorts. You'll notice the gray hair and goatee has been highlighted in orange and blue. And importantly, however, he is wondering because he must report suspected abuse or neglect. And so he's wondering if this is abuse or neglect, and the point is that he is required to report that because even though it's suspected, he still has to report it under state law.
Lily's the camper. You've been bad. You should be like Valerie. You did really good helping Camper Lynn. Okay, number 7 is staff volunteers will use positive guidance techniques, including redirection, anticipation of, and elimination of potential problems, positive reinforcement, support, and encouragement. Y'all got that? Okay. Rather than competition, comparison, criticism, or humiliating discipline techniques.
Number 8 is about respecting camper privacy. So this is our purple hippo. Saying
backgrounds with respect and consideration.
Anyone tell what's going on in this picture?
Hollywood Square.
That's right, dining is going on. So which one are campers and which one are counselors?
Yes.
Okay, a little bit taller, not red. Sunscreen, very smooth. So this is number 10. We have staff and volunteers who portray a positive role model for campers. So we're showing them how to clean the tables while dining.
Staff volunteers must agree to provide all criminal and other background check information requested of them and must meet qualification standards established by the sponsoring organization's camp. So, no Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Justice Fails.
Campers will adhere to the outlined policies, procedures, and standards of Camp John Mark. So we have a guy and a girl counselor here. They have their halos because they're following all the rules and doing everything they should be doing.
Profanity or discuss adult subject matter in the presence of campers.
All right, number 14 is staff volunteers will adhere to the modest dress code for camp. Clothing with advertisements for beer, alcohol, and tobacco products must not be worn. Likewise, clothing with degrading or offensive language should not be worn. Well,
Vincent. Language.
Staff volunteers will not use sex or be under the influence of alcohol or illegal drugs during camp or while on camp property.
Or ATF legal.
Number 16. Staff volunteers are prohibited from having firearms or other weapons in camp. We have an armed idiot.
I still like him, but I don't know.
17. Staff volunteers must be free of health or psychological conditions that might affect the camper's health or volunteers or the staff volunteers' own health.
This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
We have health issues and psychological conditions. Kitchen.
18, staff and volunteers will comply with the outlined activities, expectations of their defined roles at camp, and all required activities prior to camp that supports their roles.
All right. Staff and volunteers going to help the campers with all their daily needs. We're going to hydrate them. We're going to sunblock them. We're going to take them to the Band-Aid box. We're going to let them sleep, hygiene, and take a shower.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Wow.
20, staff volunteers will accommodate and be sensitive to developmental differences and abilities of individual campers.
Hopefully during all sporting events, you're keeping all campers involved, no matter what stages they're at, so that's a work.
21, staff volunteers will not make personal disclosures to campers with an attempt to influence individual beliefs, values, or lifestyles. So also we have all the religious symbols here, and then over here we also have more of sports-related lotteries for losers, killers, who's making fun of this kid.
Does the one counselor have see-through clothes on?
22, staff volunteers that do not have a pre-existing relationship with the camper will not fraternize with that camper outside of camp, supervise activities, or the camp setting. Any exception to this policy requires advance written approval from the sponsoring organization's camp director or camp volunteer coordinator. Contact with campers outside of the camp setting includes face-to-face contact, phone calls, letter, email, or online social networking sites such as Facebook. The sponsoring organization's camp director, camp volunteer coordinator must be made aware of any pre-existing relationships between staff, volunteers, and campers. In regards to former campers, any contact with former campers who are 17 years old or younger must be approved by the sponsoring organization's camp director and camp volunteer coordinator. For those campers who turn 18 years old within 12 months of camp, contact must also be approved by the organization's camp director or camp volunteer coordinator. Contact is discouraged regardless of the camper's age based on the counselor-camper relationship. So,
by a camp director or volunteer coordinator, staff volunteers will provide that person with access to any websites maintained or controlled by the staff/volunteer person, including any personal websites, blogs, and social networking sites.
24, staff volunteers will not accept substantial gifts of significant monetary value or money from campers or their families. So I cannot charge my campers to have plays at.
Okay, last but not least, all employees, staff, and volunteers are encouraged to report any activity that may seem fraudulent. So we're just going to communicate. This is the safe red box, so it means everything that's said there is going to be confidential between staff, volunteers, and the John Mark employees.
All right.
I say camp, y'all say it's good. Camp is good. Camp is good. When I say camp, y'all say it's good.